Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellen. So today is Friday. We're having fun floral on Friday. And we do florals, not always, but mostly on Fridays. I'm going to show you how to make this really simple, and maybe you say it's not simple, spring floral, just using a lovely, simple flat wash brush like this one that I have from Princeton. And it's just basically manipulating the brush, twisting it, turning it, and just grabbing the color. It does take a little practice, but that's doable for anybody, any skill level. You have to practice. It doesn't happen overnight, but I'm showing my techniques. And I also say to slow the video down if you really want to see it, right? If you're a Patreon member, I'll get a little extensive tutorial on using the brush in a different way, like not a different way, and just more slow down kind of version of like what we're doing here. If you would like to be a Patreon member, you can click the link in my description box and join. It's where people support me, because I have a lot of free content on YouTube, but Patreon members support my content, which I really appreciate. And you get all kinds of other extra stuff with that. But in the meantime, for everybody else, let's just play with the flat wash brush. I'm using cold pressed paper here, bright spring colors, and just playing and manipulating the brush. It's all about manipulating the brush. This is my tips and techniques on manipulating a flat wash brush to create something like this. So let's get started. All right, so I'm using a block by Fabriano. It's the bright white 100% cotton cold press. I'm using some flat wash brushes. I have a 3/4 inch from Princeton's Velvet Touch series. I could use a bigger 1 inch craft brush. I got quite a few of those. You just get them pretty cheaply on like Amazon. If you want to use any smaller ones, I got like a 3/8 inch one. Play around with flat wash brushes. I love them. And then I might go in back and use my 8 long round Velvet Touch series. We'll see. I don't know what I'll do. I just kind of go intuitively. I picked this paper because it's bright white. I want to do some spring florals. I'll be using some ultramarine blue deep, cadmium yellow deep. I'll be using some bright rose, Prussian blue, all these other colors here, burnt sienna. It's intuitive kind of painting. So I know I want to do some blooms with purples and pinks and all that good stuff. I'm going to start off with the bright rose, a little messy, but I'm going to add some cadmium red light to that. I'm just going to change the color a little bit. And here I'm taking the brush and I'm just going to hold it a certain way. I'm going to just push it down like that. Push 1, 2. You're going to kind of meet them together. See that? You get this nice bloom. And I'm going to go in. Makes a little deeper color. I have some magenta kind of playing around here. So I'm just going to play with the chisel end, just kind of moving that paint around a little bit. Grab some ultramarine blue and kind of throw that in there. You see, we've kind of already formed a flower, kind of like a, I don't know, a poppy in a way. I'm going to grab some more of this red. What spring colors? Maybe a little yellow for blush tone. Let's play around with the blushy kind of color. Let's see what we got. Again, I'll do another one of these. I'm going to water it down a little more. Shoom, shoom. You can kind of move it in here like this to get it rounded. Move the brush around. Little half petals. I'll let that dry for a little bit. I'm going to remove some of this pinky colors, and I want to get more in the blues and purples. So I've got ultramarine blue deep. I'll water this down, mixing it with some of that. You got pink. We're going to start to do some, almost like delphiniums, more like spring blooms, and we'll just kind of just play with twisting and turning it, pulling it up here, adding little dots. See, get a little bit deeper with the blue if you want. See how that's working? Twist and turn, little dot, dot, dot. Right? If you want to get a little more pink in there, you can add a little more pink. We have a simple bloom. We'll let that dry. We can add some like a deep bluish purple dot in the center. You could add another one of those, maybe more bluish tones. See, I'm just using the chisel end and kind of pushing down. And kind of connect them. They're going off the paper. Yep. We can put some other ones down this way. More on the purpley pink kind of color tones. Blend them. Grab some more pink. And have it bleed into the bluish purple one. Going up again. Tapping, tapping, tapping. Twisting and tapping. Look at that. So we've got some nice, simple, just moving and tapping, right? I didn't really do anything that was too crazy. I'm moving some of this color here. Maybe we want to put some yellow tones. My yellow is a little messy right now because I have green over it. I'm going to put that down there. I'll clean off my brush and I'll grab yellow so it's bright yellow here. I like to add a little cadmium red light to it. That's an orangey yellow. Let's water this down a little bit. Maybe be like almost like daffodil blooms, but you know, let's see. Just kind of mushing it around. We can add some color to that with the orange tone part of it. There. And it kind of looks like a daffodil in a way. Not quite, but kind of. Hold the brush again on the chisel end. And then you can go like that, and then you have like a small little daffodil. And I'll grab this. And again, chisel, chisel. And it looks like a little daffodil, doesn't it? A baby one. Let's do a little bit bigger one so you can see. So chisel end. It's really loose and wet. And I'll grab the yellow. A bit more orangey kind of color. It's all loose in here. It's not like perfect. And again, I don't want too much yellow, so I want a little bit of yellow. Maybe I'll put another little one peeking over here. I don't want it to look like a sunflower though. Cleaning off my brush, it got a little muddy. See, I'm just tippy tapping like that. It's a suggestion of maybe a daffodil. Doesn't necessarily have to be a daffodil. All that good stuff. And we're going to remove the yellow color for me on my palette. You can keep it on yours if you want. I'm going to go back and add some more pinks. Bright pink. This is that bright rose. And let's just play around with some blooms down here. And see how I'm just kind of tapping on the side and moving the brush. And do another one over here. And if they bleed and blend, that's fine. Now we're going to add greens in a bit. I'm just going to add another. Let's get a real purple color. Clean up my brush. Gonna water this down. And I'm just gonna do this like little tippy taps. Purple in between the yellow. You don't want the purple kind of touching the yellow because then it's gonna be brown because they're complementary colors. And I'm adding the blue. And I'm gonna go add the pink. And I'm just tapping this. So it could be like a lilac, kind of moving, twisting, turning, adding some blue, twisting, turning, tapping, little taps on the chisel end. It kind of looks like a lilac, doesn't it? Now we're going to add some greens here. Let's get rid of this. This is fairly quick. This has only been 7 minutes in. Fast and furious painting today. Yellow and Prussian blue. It's a little too deep. I'll water this down. Making a mess of my palette. But that's okay. That's what it's about. And grab some Prussian. Whoops. Some burnt umber mix in there. I'll clean up my brush again. I want this nice loose green. Okay. So you hold it on the chisel end. You go down, down, pull that down. Stop pulling the stems down. Grab some of the dark green too. Pull those down. And you're going to kind of twist your brush. Tap. I'm still only using this brush. I haven't switched yet. Grabbing the lighter green. Now, daffodil leaves and tulip leaves, we didn't do a tulip, kind of like that long pulled out leaf, so like that, right? And then you can also do one that's bending. By twisting your brush and pulling it down. I know. Twist and pull it down. The things you can do with the chisel brush. Now these ones might have different leaves. You just want to tap like that. And up in here, use the chisel and put pushing down on it. So it's more of it ends up being like a rounded leaf. Right? Push, push, push like that. And adding some more bright chartreuse green. Add some stem up here. Fix it by pushing down on your brush. And a little stem kind of going up here. I'll add some little blooms on that. So you can take the brush, look at this little texture you can do real quick. Tap, 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 tap. Look at that. Tap, tap, tap. Look at that little thing you just made. Tap, tap, tap. See? Tap, tap, tap. It's created this really kind of cool. I mean, that alone, if you want to make it more brown, like a real stem, then you can put some blooms off that. Is that cool? Tap, 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 tap it in there. It makes a really kind of cool twiggy branch. That's what I was thinking of. That's such brain cram today. Okay, twiggy branch. And I had a good amount of sleep. Maybe that's why. So again, do some twig, tap, tap, tap. Or you can just drag. One of the two. Play with the brush. We're getting there, right? Going back down here with some greens. Cross them. I'm going to grab some blue. It's going to change that green color. Prussian blue, make it a little darker. Now you can kind of move some greens in between these, kind of push down to create some more petals. Already we have this really beautiful spring bloom. Now don't make it too crowded with color. Overworking with color, just kind of tap around some of these beautiful blooms. Maybe put some leaves like this. I'm going to put another one kind of coming down here like that. And some braided ones. Kind of like this, pushing down, and I'll have another one squishing that way. Okay, I don't want to get so crazy busy. I just want to focus kind of in here now. You can use some of those greens for little stems out here, but really simple. We left this guy high and dry. I'm going to go back in. Oh, that's all muddy. I have to clean that brush. That's why you have two things of water, by the way. So pretty pink. Didn't get pretty. Let's go back. Pink and the red. And go back and give this a little more depth. And put a center in there. Again, two colors again, adding a little more depth. Same thing here. A little more depth. So it doesn't look like it's floating, right? And I have so many greens on my yellow. And go around here, make that somewhat quasi daffodil, right? It's a quasi daffodil. Same thing with this one. Just kind of add some depth with some darker color. You can take your number 8 or just number 10 brush, and I'll mix up some just ultramarine blue itself and just go in here, put in a little dot on some of these. Really simple, right? They look kind of pretty. And I'm going to go in here and add some color. The center. or I can add some yellow. And you could do some brown, purples, whatever, blues kind of happening in here. Little greens would be nice too. And the daffodil. I think there's greens inside there. Mine are getting very muddy right now. Kind of stick in the center there. Just really kind of simple stuff. Adding that there. We're just about done. I think we're only 15 minutes in. Look how pretty that looks. Really, really simple. And you're going to say to me, you make it look so easy. You play with that brush. All I did was move that brush around back and forth, tippy tap, all that good stuff. Now you take some pretty blues, purples, whatever colors you had, and maybe just pinky purple blues. You can do some little ditzy flowers here. Maybe you wanted to add more bright pink instead of purple, because I want to balance some pinks out here. So I'll go in here and just kind of push down with my number 10. Cluster it. See, I'm kind of clustering it and then moving on. And I got this fuchsia, kind of like a little stem happening here. Isn't that pretty? Put some over here to balance it. All the little things. Now, I think I'll add, oh, where is my Payne's gray? Well, you can make a nice gray, and that's not the Payne's gray, that's blue. So I could do ultramarine blue and burnt sienna, make a nice gray, or I grab my Payne's gray, kind of put that in here. Just tapped a little black color into that poppy. And there she goes, right? Don't want to overcrowd it. Don't want to make it too crazy. That's kind of it. If you want to add more things, add more things. But again, simple, loose. Use the flat wash brush. Have fun with it. Play around with it. Maybe zoom in a little better. Look at all the cool blooms you can create. And I really just kind of went like this. I just twisted a lot of it and added my brush. It's so much fun. Spring floral. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please try and play with the flat wash brushes. It's a simple demonstration for me. Obviously, you might say it's not, but you can slow down the video and you can see how I'm twisting the brush with my hand and my wrist. That's why I tell people all the time, like, if you have the opportunity, come to one of my workshops or retreats, especially retreats, because I have like serious one-on-one time and I can show you exactly how I do this. And it's easy to see in person. But workshops too. I think I have a workshop. Well, I still have some spots left in my my Naples, Florida workshop in April, but you'll see this in person and you'll see how I move my wrist, etc., etc. Like here, when you said the simple pink, I can go back in and do the details by adding in a little darker with the 10 round. But try and play with your brush, okay? So thank you guys for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That's that. And if you want to be a Patreon member, click the link like I said below and be a Patreon member to help support my channel, which is free content. So I really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.